Hello, hello, everybody. We are back here at Reality Realness with 3S's to do the draft and cast assessment of the challenge. Season 39, guys. We are finally able to get all together. And with me to draft today is Matthew. How's it going, Matthew? I know you've been ready for a while.
Yeah, I made my draft order when the cast was announced, and I've just been waiting like 4 or 5 months now to get this done.
Literally 4 or 5
Just
months.
in time. I mean, we have 6 days off before the challenge 39, and we're making good use of our time here.
And we also have Michelle here to draft, already being called out by Sophie, who is excited to see what type of chaos you pick.
Yes. I mean, first of all, please spell my name with 2 L's in future. Don't want to get me confused with Michelle Fitzgerald. I know, we're very similar. Chaotic and a mess. But no, I'm very excited. I was telling Chantal before this started that I made my draft list and I put my order, and I'm going to try my best to just stick with my order. No matter what happens, this is who I want. And it may not make sense to you, but I will justify it. So don't worry.
We have some people joining us for our draft and cast assessment here. We have Asia here for it. I think it's here for your mess. How did you feel about the new nickname for Michelle Fitzgerald, Michelle Down?
It's decent. It's decent.
I think it's good. Rob, I did see Rob say, you'd mentioned, Matthew, like she should get t-shirts printed, and she seemed like it was such a foreign idea to get t-shirts printed. It's like it's actually very simple. Get a t-shirt print.
Anyway. Yeah, bananas can help her.
Bananas.
Fair
Jay,
play.
She said Jay was going to be able to help her.
Yeah. Jay has so much clothing that he sells.
Like literally YouTube will help her. Just be like, go to YouTube, like how to do print on demand, and like you'll have like a million videos, you know.
Like if Big T makes a shirt, Matthew will buy it. You know what I mean? Like there is a market for anybody.
For everybody.
For everybody.
Hi, Amaya. Excited for this season. Yes, we were going to have some this Olivia Nerys drama, maybe even Horacio in there. Willie is joining us today, which is super fun. So before we get into the draft, what do we know about the format? Because I didn't pull up the pictures of the vets or the previous champs that are going to be coming into the game. Right now, the draft that we're doing is going to be strictly the contenders to become the new champion, a new champion. So what do we think the format's going to be? Or do we know?
I'm under the impression that the vets that are coming in, the winners that are coming in, are only coming in for eliminations. Now, what I'm not clear about is if every elimination is against winners, against these winners, or if it's like they're going to enter the game midway through and then it's going to be a change of formats. So I don't know if we're getting any eliminations where it's contestant against contestant. I hope that we do. And I imagine if the winners are coming in, it's going to be for like a single episode. I don't think like CT's popping in and sticking around for like 2 weeks. I would be very surprised by that. So I imagine it's going to be a format change at some point, but I don't know for sure.
I was reading an article with the cast list, and it mentioned that unlike Final Reckoning or other seasons where people can come in, that the vets are not ever able to win the game or enter the game, and that they're only going to be there for eliminations, making appearances. And my guess would be either they do it right from the first one, or maybe they don't for the first few and then they bring them in. But I would imagine like there's still 2 contenders. They each compete against a different vet, or maybe the same vet. I don't know how that would work though. And then whoever does better, or it's just one person goes in, you either beat them or you don't.
Okay, so some people are giving some suggestions. So Maya is saying that Gamer Ved thinks it's going to be an X-style type elimination, and that the vets are going to be mercenaries. I've also, I don't know if I've heard this or I just made it up in my mind, that the vets are not going to come in until later on in the season as a mercenary type vibe. So like maybe after like, I don't know, say 6 or 3 and 3 or 4 and 4 eliminations, and whoever's left, maybe then they do get to call out. So Maya's also mentioning maybe a call out of like which vet that they want to go up against in the elimination, which I think could be kind of cool. I mean, like, I'm going to call my shot. Let's see if I can stick in this game and go against a vet. And like, okay, I choose, I don't know, someone that's terrible at puzzles to do like a puzzle elimination. So that could be cool if it's a call out, and it would be later on the season.
But I think it would be the opposite though. Like the champions would get to call out someone in the game, because I don't think
I'm thinking about the loser of like the daily kind of thing.
But then like I don't think all 10 champions are just going to be there the whole time though to get called out. Like I feel like it'll be like CT comes in, Cara Maria comes in, and then like they're there, they go in elimination and they go home. Like I doubt they're going to stick around in order to be called out multiple times.
I mean, I can see it that way, absolutely, for sure. But like if they get called out, they don't get called out again. It's like they would be done. You know what I mean? If they lose, they're gone. If they win, I guess they're gone as well. I don't know. What happens if they win?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's my one worry. My one worry is like if the champions just win, like let's say like 8 of the 10 of them win. Does that mean we're getting 8 episodes with no eliminations? Because that would
There's no way. There's no way. I mean, someone is saying here that apparently we do get contestant versus contestant, and that the more eliminations you go into, the bigger the advantage you get. So perhaps it is some sort of thing where you compete against a contestant, and then sometimes you have the option to go against, or eventually you have the option to go against a vet and you get to pick. I don't know. This is going to be weird.
So there's 24 people on the cast and then 10 winners.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it seems like we'll probably get like contestant versus contestant as well. So it's got to be like a change in format, like halfway
like later down the road.
Right.
I know. And maybe that's how they'll be doing kind of like a purge instead of it's like a episode, like 4 episode purge where like they're going against, or 5 episodes where they're going against vets, and like it's like to kind of, maybe it's like to get their skull, like Red Skull. It's kind of like the final boss before they can go to the final is to win against one of these vets.
Yeah, I just really hope it's not going to be like a ton of non-elimination episodes, because those are just horrible. And if it is just like, all right, Horacio, you beat Darrell. Now, like Darrell's just going to go home and the game stays the same. It's kind of a waste. Like we're just like waiting the whole episode.
I think though that's going to happen later on. I don't think the beginning of, I think they're going to be surprised by the vets being introduced like halfway into the season. And then like, but actually maybe even a third of the way or 3/4 of the way into the season. Like I think it's going to be closer to the final. And like the beginning is going to be a normal formatted thing. That's kind of my guess with the information that we have. But other than that, no spoilers, anybody. We are spoiler free. We have no idea really how anything is going down. Gamer Vev is muted on all of my social channels because I do not want to have, and neither do Matthew and Michelle, have any inside information as to what actually is going to be going down. So that's all like the spoilerish talk we're going to have, because we're going to get into this draft. Now, I loosely did a tally of our points. I didn't have all the MVP points and all the like kissing points or fight points. Like I had a few of them, but I didn't get to go through all of them. So without having all of those, the order right now is that Michelle is sitting at 110 points. I am sitting at 150 points. And Matthew is sitting at a whopping 175 points. So I'm not sure if it's going to change very much with having the distribution of the other points. If it does, Oops. But this is going to give Matthew the advantage of choosing the order, and whoever he puts in the first place position can choose whether it's male or female. Lot of power.
Wait, so can I elect to choose male or female instead?
Or whoever goes first.
Well, then you have to. Well, then you don't go first.
Or you do go
Wait,
first.
sorry, no, you do go first.
But if I choose the order, I'm basically not even choosing who I get first.
Yeah.
Well, you lose
unless you go first.
Yeah.
If you
but then I won't know if it's a guy or a
third,
girl.
or you go third, and then you'd have first dibs on the other sex first.
But I won't know. I won't know which sex it's going to be.
That's
correct?
true.
I like it better.
But also, I would like to introduce the Sabotage. So I'm thinking, since there's 12 players, let's do it at the 4th round. Does that make sense?
Okay.
At round 4, male and female picks. Actually, no, we'll do third round.
Okay.
Male and female picks will also be a Sabotage. So that could also influence how you guys choose. Or how you choose, Matthew.
Okay. All right. I will take. I'll take first pick for myself. Second, either of you have a preference? I'm guessing people probably prefer to go third.
Chantel always likes going second, so you can take that away from her if you want.
Chantel, you can go second, and then Michelle, you'll go third.
All right.
Wow, coming in for the Sabotage already. Wow. Okay, so Matthew, you are going first with your pick. Who do you got?
Well, am I going male or female? Who gets to decide?
Oh, yeah,
that?
you're deciding that. You do.
Oh, I get to decide.
Yeah, by going first, you get to decide male or female.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna go male first, just because there's more women I like on the cast. But I just think for the guy side, it's like a no-brainer first pick. Like you have to take Horacio. He just won 5 eliminations, made a final. He's got a lot of his friends from last season back. He has Olivia back, and I mean, he's tough to beat. Like he's one of the people I would feel confident even beating the champions, some of the champions. So I just think it's super safe, and I think he's well protected. So I'd be really surprised to not see Horacio near the end of this game.
Excellent pick. Absolutely. Horacio was my number 1 guy pick for sure. There's no way that he would be able to get past to anybody. So yeah, like I totally thought he would be the number 1 draft pick for all. So good pick. Michelle, what are your thoughts?
Obviously that was my first pick. I'm not that crazy. He's obviously the highest contender out of all the guys here. Like it's not the most promising group. So I think that he, in terms of winnings, he'll be there. We also know that he starts showmance at some point, so you'll get points there too. So the only thing you won't get from Horacio is any real fight points, I would imagine.
I mean, who knows though, because like doesn't him and Olivia have a falling out of some sort? So
yeah, I mean, we'll see. But it might not be a fight. It might just be him being like, and then her being like, rah.
Yeah, and I think another good thing about Horacio is like the fact that we know he's like fully dating Nerys now. Like, not only is he protected by Olivia herself, but he's obviously going to be protected by Nerys and like everyone that she's connected with as well. So I just think like if Horacio is so physically dominating and also is protected by like all the women in the house, it's going to be hard to get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
Excellent choice. Okay. Oh boy. So obviously that was going to be my first pick. And am I going to have Team Unlikable again? I think that I am going to have to go with who I really did have as my second pick here. He's definitely somebody that was into Michelle Fitzgerald and also into Tori Deal. He made it pretty deep into the game his first season that he was on. So I'm going to go with Emmanuel from, I believe, Romania. I think that he is one of those guys that are kind of good at a lot of different things. I don't know how he's going to do socially, but he's played the game for a long time, and he was with Tori for a while of it, so he might just have learned a lot from her. So I'm hoping that Emmanuel. Oh my God, you guys are so annoying.
Yeah, I was like, ew, I think I just gagged in my mouth. That's great.
You guys are so ridiculous.
So I actually had Emmanuel dead last on my
Dead
list.
last. Oh my God.
He was 12th on my list too. Yeah.
12. You
Yeah.
guys are ridiculous.
But like when I made my list, like I made it like, all right, who am I excited about being here? And he was the last one for me.
Okay, that's different than
But-
like who I
but
think
then-
will get me points.
Yeah, so then I had a separate list of like people that I like that could win, like Horacio, people that I like that can't win, and then like the opposite. So people that I don't like that can win, Emmanuel's obviously on there, and then people I don't like that also can't win. So that's how I kind of divided it. I'm probably gonna go more with the people I like, but I do not like this guy Emmanuel. He like was a lapdog for the vets. He is very good physically, so I could see him doing well, and we'll see. Like there are
The fact that
people
he's
from
a
his-
dancer, like he's agile, he's had experience of the long format game. Like I just think that has a lot more to offer, and like I trust in him being good at a lot of things more than I trust in some of the other people.
Yeah, and
So-
endurance wise, he's going to be really good. He's kind of like a mini Jordan, but like probably not as good with puzzles and things.
Guys are so
Honestly,
good.
I just think that he's mid. Like, and I don't think he's that strong or athletic. I'm not saying he's bad at things. And yeah, there's the experience there, but like, to me, he's so womp womp. You know what I mean?
We'll see. We'll see.
But I could be wrong, but I'd be annoyed if he won. I'd be like, ugh.
I know. I mean, I might be taking team annoying, so we'll see.
Well, TBD on that.
All right, who do you have for us?
Okay.
Michelle?
I also want to clarify that when I was like, Chantal likes to go second, it's because like years ago, one of the first times we did a draft, she mentioned to me that she likes going second because she just prefers that order. And I thought by me telling him this, that he would put me in second because that's where I wanted to be. So anyway, it backfired. Okay, I'm gonna go with my second pick for the men. And I picked this person because they did decently well on their first season. And I already know from the previews that he's going to get hookup points. I think if he makes it far, he is a threat to win. But I think he will get put into a lot of eliminations. So I think it's going to be a good point grabber for me. So I'm going with Kieran.
Oh, right. Who did you see, Kieran, getting the...
I
having
don't
hookup with again?
remember, but I remember there was a clip of him being like, I'm here not to do a showmance. And then
Was it in a hot tub or was that in the other season?
No, I think it was in a hot tub. I think it was Colleen, maybe.
Oh, maybe it was Colleen.
I think I saw it in the preview. Was it Kieran and Huey were kissing?
That also happened.
But I think that maybe was more like a spin the bottle or like joke kind of thing.
I mean, they're all open.
But
I'm sure.
yeah, so I think he's going to get me a lot of points. Oh, I see these. Jay. I can't pick Jay first after the things he's done. Come on. He needs to show me some stuff. Okay. So for the Kieran, I don't love him, and I think
I think he's a decent pick. He's definitely messy, but he's also physically capable. He will be getting into a showmance. He probably has a relationship at home, which seems like his usual style. But yeah, I think it's still a decent pick. It's really kind of hard to say with these guys because like I don't know how good they're gonna actually be without having like the vets. Like I just don't know. But I would be taking a stab on him to try for sure. So.
Yeah, I love Kieran. Like this guy is so fucking messy.
Messy.
He'll get you points for like fights and hookups for sure.
Oh, you're right. It is Raven.
It was Raven. Okay.
Yes.
The
Give it to me.
The only thing I'm worried about with like people like Kieran and like the international cast members, like I feel like the like American challengers that have been on the last couple seasons are gonna all like stick together a lot, and I could see them like targeting people that were like on a single season in the UK or Australia, Argentina, like those people that are kind of on their own. I think there's a couple from the season, but that's my one worry. But I do think like while he's there, he's gonna get you points for like all the fun stuff, which is good to have.
Yeah, I'm about this choice.
I'm about it.
So for my first female decision, I gotta go with the person I put as number one here. I mean, I don't know if she's gonna win the whole thing. She obviously can, but there's roadblocks for every single woman here, I think. So I pick, obviously, Olivia. Gotta pick Olivia.
Okay. I mean, I think Olivia is a great choice, but I'm just curious because, like, with her everybody unfollowing everybody, I'm wondering, like, what's going to happen here?
My guess is that maybe some drama happens and she gets eliminated later. I have no idea, but, like, I have to hold on to the hope that she makes it to the final. So we'll see. But we know she's going to have drama. We know she's going to win dailies. We know if she's in an elimination, she'll win at least one of them. Like, I know that she's going to be like a great contender for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, Olivia's a great pick. I mean, she is obviously very like physical as well and like well set up. Like, obviously something is going to happen with Olivia that is going to cause a lot of drama. My guess, if I had to guess, is she's going to throw someone into an elimination that she's supposed to be working with, whether it's Horacio or Nerys. It seemed, if I had to guess, it's going to be one of those two because like Nerys and Olivia seem to be the ones that are most at odds. So if there's one thing about Nerys, like don't fuck with her and don't fuck with her man. So I'm guessing Olivia is going to do something to one of the two of them. But I don't think that means Olivia is not going to make a final and can't win. If anything, maybe she makes the final because she makes a move like that. But I definitely think, I mean, Olivia's a really good choice there.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm wondering if I should go against my original order or stick to what I was going to do. How much will Matthew kill me? Well, because I wasn't sure how Michelle was going to pick the first female. If she had picked somebody else, I would have picked someone else. But because she went the way that she went, I think that I am going to have to go with her counterpart here. You know, they seemingly were friends at the beginning, and they're not friends now. And we see that Nerys is with Horacio. And so I feel like that maybe they're going to start hooking up on the show. So I'll get some hookup points. We know that she's actually pretty good at puzzles and endurance. And so I am hoping that she'll at least make it deep into the game. I'm not sure if she can win yet, but like maybe people will just not think of her as being a big threat because she's smaller. Whoops. Oh, shoot. I have this running. Because she's smaller. And so hopefully she'll be able to stick around for a while. So I'm putting my money in on Nerys. I'm hoping that maybe her and Horacio will be partnered up for some certain point. So maybe in some dailies together, and that's how they fall in love. Sorry, Matthew, but I had to do it.
Yeah, she was number one on my list. Again, like we know they're dating, so we know Horacio is super loyal and like he will protect her. If he is like as physically dominant as like he appears to be, I could see him being in power a lot. Nerys has numbers, and like I think she has game to her too. Physically, like we'll see, but I think socially and strategically, without all the vets here, like I
can get to run it.
Yeah, I can see her being one of the people running the house socially and strategically.
Yeah.
And then maybe what ends up happening is like her and Olivia don't see eye to eye about something, and maybe that's where like the split happens, you know. But I do feel as though her and Olivia in the beginning, at least, will be running the show.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew, who you got?
Okay. So 3 of my favorites are still here.
Me too.
I think that I will go with I think I'm gonna go with Big T.
Okay, makes sense.
I just love her so much. Like, I realistically don't think
so predictable. It's very funny.
I don't think she's gonna win. And if she winds up in eliminations, like, don't think she'll do well. But I do think, like, if there is like a counter alliance to this like big like 38 like group from 37, 38, like it's gonna be Big T running it. Like, there are like solid numbers on like the UK side of things, so I could definitely see Big T kind of leading things there strategically. I'm a little nervous about the format of the season, but I mean, I'm just like, it's been a couple of years. I'm super happy Big T is here, so I just want her on my team.
She makes sense on your team, truly. I had her at like 9, mainly because I was like, she's gonna get taken up. But and she's always just has the right takes on things, which is why I love her confessionals. And she's grown so much more confident. And we've seen her talking some stuff on social media. So I feel like she's gonna be involved in something as well, drama-wise.
The chat has gotten you pegged, Matthew. Willie says Matthew likes entertaining girls. First Amanda, now Big T. Like Big T, I feel like she could get into fights. I wouldn't be surprised if Big T is defending herself. Like her and Melissa kind of standing side by side. I can see them taking on some other people. For sure.
Definitely. And yeah, that's dead on about me. Like Amanda, Big T. Like my favorite ever is Veronica. I love like the outspoken like women, Ashley. Like I love all of them. So like if any of them are on a season, I'm gonna be trying to draft them. Nerys too. Nerys, like that's why she was my number 1. Not because I think she's the most physical, but she's just so fun and entertaining.
Oh, it's a killer cast shot. All these cast shots like look really good. Olivia's was really good too. Like just think about the ones that we've seen, but they all look quite good. Very flattering. Okay, which boy?
Oh, okay. So
I wonder who he's gonna pick.
Like, there's a guy I really want, but I swear, like,
I know he's
gonna be the last pick regardless. So I'm just not gonna take him. I'm not gonna go full hard here. If someone wants to steal him, they can. But I am gonna go with Kyland. I think Kyland just like physically is very strong, and I think like he has like a good head on his shoulders too. The one thing I am worried about is like Kyland seems like the kind of guy that will like want to go into elimination against these legends. Like if Kyland sees like CT pop up and Jordan pop up, like I wouldn't be shocked if Kyland like wants the challenge of going against them. He is like very proud like that. So I'm a little nervous, but I do think like amongst the field, like he is one of the stronger competitors.
I mean, Michelle, I know, does not like this man. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he did show that he's quite capable, and I could see him doing well on this season. He just annoys me how he plays socially. Like his strategy and like how he plays is just a little bit irritating. But I could see him getting into power often and just not having like problems.
Yeah, and I mean, he's also he's friends with Jay. He has got a lot of friends. Honestly, I mean, this should tell you a lot. Kylan had moved up to number 6 on my list, and that tells you a lot because I didn't love him. Obviously, didn't like him on Big Brother, but what I like about him is that he cares about the challenge. He's an actual fan of the show, and he put in so much effort, and like, I want to see that. So I'm excited that he's on this season. I truly am. I'm like, I don't need him to win, but I want him to like get further than he got last time.
He was number 4 for me. So yeah, like maybe I would have picked him next round. Yeah, he's just kind of annoying, but I think that he could possibly do quite well. So it's still a good pick, Matthew. Boys, for me, am I gonna go okay, I'm just gonna go with who I originally had in my third place spot. Now this person has a bit of a chip on his shoulder, has something to prove. He feels like he was hard done by his first season. He was supposed to be on last season, season 38, but his ride or die was not able to compete with him. But we know that ride or die is doing really well on the season USA, the Challenge USA season 2. So I am going to go with Mr. Corey Lay, hoping that he will have some redemption here. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. He's got an ego. He has something to prove. I think that this is the type of season that he could dominate. And I want him on my team if he's going to try.
You took the words out of my mouth. Corey Lay was my number 3. He was my next in line. I love him. I love his confessionals, the drama. He's not afraid, but also he's tall and he's strong and he's stronger than people expect. And I really want him to do well. And I wanted him on my team.
Sorry.
I should have picked him first. It's
okay. Sorry. Any thoughts, Matthew?
Yeah, I think
like last pick on your team.
No, Corey is actually quite high. He
pops off. So yeah.
Yeah, Corey was number 4 for me. I think like Corey is similar to Kyland in a way where it's like, I think Corey and Kyland are probably the 2 men on the cast that care the most about being there. Like Corey is just like, he's been like desperate to get back on the show, sometimes in a bit of an annoying way, but he definitely cares to be there. And where he's different than Kyland is I think he will be much more like smart with the way he plays the game. Like he's not going to want to go into eliminations. Kyland, I could see embracing that, where Corey, I could see Corey like forming a tight alliance with like some of the women in the house and really like dominating socially, strategically, and if he needs to physically. So I do think Corey is like in a really good spot here. And I'd be surprised if he didn't go far as well.
100%. He's going to go farther than his first season, so we got that. Got that to count on. Any other thoughts about Corey, or are we going to hear who Michelle's second guy pick is?
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with, I got to go with my number 4 pick. Next in line is going to be Jay. I don't know that he will ever be able to get past the demons that always plague his terrible strategy season after season. That said, I know that he's a good competitor. He's really good at climbing. He's got good endurance. He can be smart sometimes, maybe not with puzzles, but other things. He is someone who has a lot of friends in the house, and he doesn't have all those vets in the way. He could fall into the trap of playing too hard too soon. That wouldn't shock me. But out of the options that are left, he's probably, to me, like someone who is strong and also has an entertainment value. So he hits it enough for me, and maybe Jay will pull it out this time.
Yeah, so it's officially Jay, because I was like, I was hovering over Jay.
Yeah, no, it's Jay. It's Jay.
I wrote your name onto Jay, and he hadn't said it yet. But Jay, everyone knew that Jay was going to be on your team. There's going to be no chance that he was going to be on anybody else's.
Yes, Sophie, I do always pick Jay for my team because I always hold out hope that he will be better than he was.
Jay's saying that, he gets eliminated early. I mean, I think that he might have a better shot without having people, like you said, the vets going against him. So this would be the type of season where he could actually go really far. right? Like he won't have the obstacle of the vets being like, shut up, why are you lying to us? Like, they just won't have anybody. He will be able to maybe run the show a little bit. Like him and Michelle might be able to get back together and maybe actually make something happen this time around. So
the only problem is, based on some Twitter stuff, I feel like some of the girls might not work well with Michelle, which is then connects to Jay as well. And if either one of them is pulling, like playing both sides as they do, it could blow up in their face. But I'm here for it. And, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see if I also get Michelle on my team. Maybe not, but we'll see.
I mean, I feel like that's in your fate. But
I think this season is like the perfect season for Jay. He's like in his previous 3 seasons, like it feels like he's always been in defense mode against the vets, who, like, whether right or wrong, like whether it was deserved or not, he was like always under attack. So he made like bold moves that never worked out for him. So I think like if he can just come into here like a little bit more laid back, he could go very far. Like, and I think if Jay makes a final, like he could beat anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, Horacio is going to be a problem for him. And my only worry with Jay is if he takes a shot at someone like Horacio too early, and it backfires, and then the whole house turns on him, which, knowing Jay, like it is a possibility. But if he like times things a little bit better, I do think Jay can make a final, and if he gets there, like he's a dangerous finals competitor
for sure.
And I want to see it, to be honest.
I do want to see it.
I do. Okay, so I'm thinking, just with how many people we've gone through, after we go back this way, we should do the next back and forth should be our sabotages. All right.
Okay.
So Michelle, you have another female pick before the.
All right. So for this pick, going with my number 2 female pick, who didn't get picked yet. She's strong. She's fierce. She's not afraid to say it. Got to go with Melissa. Can't believe she's still an option. I love Melissa.
Matthew's like.
I'm sorry, but.
You okay, Matthew?
She's my number 3. Like I had her very, very high. And honestly, like I would have had her ahead of Big T, like if I was going like based on who I thought would do better. But I just had Big T too because I love her more. And I do love Melissa quite a lot.
Love Melissa. Hopefully she does well. I can't believe she's back. I really didn't think she was going to be back after she got pregnant and stuff and had a kid. She's such a queen.
Yeah, she'll definitely gonna get you fight points. I hope that's like a little girl gang, her and Big T. I think she's a great pick. I don't know if she's going to be able to win. It really depends, obviously, on how the house ends up being structured and like if she has a lot of numbers or not. But like I do see her, if she goes into elimination, I can count on her, I think, to come back out. Like she's just strong, fearless. Great pick.
I do think she can win. Like just looking at the female side of things, like nobody stands out to me as like this person is like guaranteed to win if they make the final or like very likely to win. Like I do like looking at the female casts. Like I think Melissa has as good of a shot as anyone if she gets there.
She did a final while she was pregnant. Like, come on.
True. Yeah, she did. She climbed a friggin' mountain. Drama points for show. For show. Okay, so who am I going to do now? I think I'm hoping that this person will have learned from her previous partner that she had on Global season 1, I think it was. And she was a winner, the runner-up of her season, but she dominated her season. She has really good stamina. I think that she probably won't be quitting anytime soon. I'm hoping that she will be able to team up with the other Brits that are on the season. So I am going to take Miss Zara as my next pick, hoping that she'll be able to dominate. I'm kind of rooting for, like, it's not World of Worlds 2, but I'm hoping that Team UK comes through here. I'm kind of rooting for them.
Yeah, I like Zara. Zara's like, in terms of like endurance, like she is elite. I believe she lost her finals to Kaz by like 40 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's very short.
So she obviously can win a final. We saw her struggle. Like she is she dyslexic? So she struggled with math. Obviously she's not physically like the biggest girl, but so she could get screwed in the wrong elimination. But yeah, I mean, I think she'll slide in with the UK people. She seems very social. And if she makes a final, she's dangerous there. If she gets the right elimination, she's dangerous. I think Zara's a really solid pick.
I didn't see this, so I'm even happy that I'm going to get some fight points.
I didn't see that either. I saw Melissa fighting with Bertha.
The troll of calling her Bertha. Come on.
Trolls. Sophie doesn't remember her. She was partnered with Wes. Come on now. And she was.
They didn't last that long.
That's true.
Another thing I was thinking about, like with the champions coming in, like if the champions do have a say in who they go against, like some of these people are much safer because they have relationships with the champions. So like Zara, for example, if Kaz or Casey comes in, like they're not going to call her out. Tori, like they're not going to call her out because they just played with her and like they know her. They're probably going to call out someone they have no idea who they are, right? So that's like a nice plus for someone like Zara too, where three of the 5 women that are coming in as mercenaries are like friends or friendly with her.
Kaz is going to like try to help her out for sure.
Yeah, like Kaz is probably going to ask Zara straight up, who do you want me to go against? And she'll listen, right? So I wasn't even thinking about that till now, but that's an interesting wrinkle.
Hopefully. All right, Matthew, who is your next pick here?
I mean, I have to take Colleen. Just like she's like I had 4 women on the cast that I just love and like have massive crushes on, and like Colleen was one of them. So I have to go there. I mean, we don't know much about her because she wasn't like she didn't have a huge edit in season 1 in her first season. She went home fairly early. But I don't know. Let's hope for the best, and I'll enjoy watching her while she's there.
Do you think that do we know enough about her to know if she could win?
She's won an elimination before, but it was against Tommy and Annalise, I believe. So not saying much. I don't know. I mean, I feel like she could hook up with someone. I don't know if she can win. She seems like a little on the smaller side. But yeah, I mean, at this point, like with the women left, like there are a few people I think could win. And she is just a complete unknown to me. But I just wanted her. I wanted her in my life and on my team.
Are you Team Crush this year? Is this what we're gonna call your team?
Maybe.
I like Colleen. I think she's sweet. Like I think she's pretty. Like I think she brings something to the show. Absolutely. I don't know if I would put all my money on her winning, but you know, I feel like she could be involved in some drama, unknowingly. Like she just falls into drama because like maybe she's flirting with somebody and someone gets mad and she gets into a fight or something. You know what I mean? Like I feel like she's just like, oh, drama's happening. But like I like her and I think that she'll be fun to watch. So she's cute.
Agreed. And I think she's not afraid. Like I think she's a little more confident this time based on some of the pre-interviews I've seen.
Nice.
She'll be a little less distracted.
Yeah. Another thing I like about Colleen is like she's clearly willing to game. Like when she came in last season, she lied about being on The Mole. I think she said she was on The Bachelorette or something, like some sort of dating show, when really she was the mole on like a strategic show. So obviously she can't play
they
that
knew
card.
that she was the mole.
Well, they only knew because there was like a lockdown, and then they all got to go back to their hotel rooms and like Google each other.
Oh.
So she got screwed because there was like a COVID lockdown.
Oh no, I'm talking about like they on the show. They knew that she was the mole, like she wasn't deceptive.
Oh, on The Mole, yeah. Okay, I didn't know that, but the fact that she came into the challenge lying about it, like I like that, and if she can like show some strategy, then I'm all here for it. And yeah, she seems confident enough.
I mean, that's kind of annoying though that like that they had access to internet, in their
Yeah.
lockdown. It's kind of annoying.
I want to tell myself if they didn't, Kim and Colleen would have won last season instead of Tori and Devin.
That's exactly what would have happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so this round is going to be Sabotage round. Now, Matthew, since you get to lead this off, since the order right now is men, so you could choose a man for either myself or Michelle, but whoever you choose for will not be choosing back for you. It would be the other person that's choosing your female pick.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So I'm choosing a man right now.
Mm-hmm.
For either of us, or for you, and then you do one for me, and then
I don't know if does that work as well. Let's just try you picking between either of us two, and then whoever is not picked will go next, and then it just shuffles it around, and it's not. Anyways, We'll see. We'll see how this works.
Okay. All right. I'll just go. I'll give you, Chantel, the man. I'm gonna go with Chauncey. I think Chauncey to me is just so boring.
Yeah.
Amber's not here to like provide any protection for him now, and like a lot of the people on the cast don't like Amber, and I feel like he is gonna like take some heat for that. Like, not even so much on this cast, but just in general, like people don't like Amber. I feel like Chauncey like has something to prove, but he is like very like popcorn muscly. I don't think he's like good at really anything. And I just don't think he has like much protection at all here. I can see, and he has a kid at home. Like, I don't even know if he wants to be there. Like he had a kid like a week before filming. I could see like Chauncey's head not being in the game and like no one really wanting to work with him.
Oh gosh. That's so mean. Like that's actually like mean of the mean, because like at least with some of the other lower drop picks, you're gonna get maybe some fight points or some drama points. And like I feel with him, from what I've seen so far, he doesn't really bring anything to the table but his physique. Even on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, it's just all about just showing off his body, like OnlyFans body. Like, I just don't see what his personality is other than the fact that he doesn't like heights. And I'm like, great. Like, so you don't like heights? So like, that's not even good for me. So yeah. I think it's an excellent Sabotage. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And like, yeah, he has some physical attributes, but I feel like it's like a little popcorn muscly, a little for show. And obviously he's stronger than, me. like so is anybody. Like, and so I don't know. He's so boring. The boringness is just like, he's not going to get into a real fight. Even if somebody yells at him, he's just going to go like, what is he going to say things? Like, I don't know. But I like him as a person.
He's very cute. Like,
yeah. He's good looking. So take it for what it is.
Yeah, his personality is being Amber's man. That's so boring.
Yeah, and just like the fact that Amber's not here, like this guy is like not going to get confessionals, even if he makes it like halfway through the season. Amber gave birth right before filming, like within like a week or two before they left for filming.
And they're not together anymore.
Wait, what?
Wait, I think.
No,
I think they are together.
Am I making that up? Hold on, somebody.
I have not heard that.
I thought they were together.
Yeah.
Let me scratch that. I didn't say anything.
But like Chauncey is like again, like in the mold of like a Kyland, but like I feel like Kyland just has more skills, where like Chauncey like feels like he has so much to prove, when like I just don't think Chauncey is as skilled of a strategist or like physically as someone like Kyland is.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. They have a baby girl, Sunny Fox Palmer. I'm just trying to see if like, I feel like maybe it was like, do you know like how sometimes people do clickbait, and they'll say like rock things are rocky, and like I just kind of maybe saw something like that. Okay, so someone's like, I hope there isn't trouble in paradise. So yeah, maybe I just saw one of these things.
Well, we'll see, but I hope not, because that would be really shady of him.
Okay, so Venmo was speculating a
not
week or
broken up.
two
Okay,
ago that he probably cheated. They think the way he did it was through an OnlyFans account messaging girls or something. Okay. I don't know. Anyways, maybe there was a little bit of a scandal or something, but no official breakup. of
Well, I
any
will
sort.
say if that's the case, I hope we never see this guy after this season because I do love me some Amber B.
Yeah. Like, don't hurt Amber B. Come on.
Yeah, please
And you
don't.
just had a kid. Like, that's my least favorite thing. Come on.
Oh my God, Chauncey's gonna be like the Corey of the season.
No,
but like not as good as he's gonna be like the poor man's Corey.
No.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Okay. So that was my sabotage. Thanks.
And do you sabotage me or him? Like you pick?
I'm gonna sabotage you because he picked me, and then you're gonna sabotage him with the girl.
With a girl. What about a guy? Doesn't he get a guy as well?
Wait, him with the guy. Wait. So yeah. You're gonna sabotage him with the guy. Sorry. Yes. Correct.
Okay, but first you have to sabotage.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Well, let me see here, Aziz. I don't want him to like this person too much.
No, you're giving me a sabotage.
I'm giving you a sabotage. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I said he, but I meant you.
Okay.
So who will you be most annoyed with? There's not that many people left. Okay.
There's two people that I don't know well at all. So
I'm going to give you one of those two people. Their showing on their season was, I believe they were out first. They left with the most hideous black eyes I've ever seen on the challenge by falling into the water. He is very much of a ladies' man in the UK. He's on The Only Way is Essex, and he's always getting into a relationship. So you might get some lover boy points with this one, but I'm going to go with Lockie.
Is that what they call him? Lockie?
Yeah, that's his nickname. I don't remember what his real name is.
James Locke.
James Locke, yeah.
I had no idea what he was. I looked it up. I was like, "What is this show?" Okay.
The Only Way is Essex. It's okay. It's basically like Essex is a place in England, and I just remember when I used to visit England when I was younger. Like Essex was just like kind of like Barbie girls, or like just like they'd say like maybe ditzy or like not too bright, but like love being like glammed and dolled up. But have you ever heard of like the vajazzle? The vajazzle was invented by, I believe, was Amy Childs, who was on the first few seasons of The Only Way is Essex. And that's where you put diamond rhinestones on your bikini line. That was the vajazzle. So that came to light on The Only Way is Essex.
Okay.
So he's honestly, though, like, I actually like him. Like, he could be good. But I don't know if he's going to be good physically.
Okay.
I mean, he's in good shape. I think I don't know much about him. Like, obviously, I never watched his original show, and he went out first in his challenge season. So, yeah, I didn't see him on X on the Beach either.
And he was on Challenge UK.
Yeah, I think was he?
Is he UK or Australia?
UK. He's definitely UK.
Okay. Yeah, he was on Challenge UK.
I don't remember how he did, to be honest.
So maybe he slides in, like, if there is a UK like faction of the house, like he has some numbers there, and yeah, who knows?
Zara might protect him, like knowing to need the numbers. He's a loyal guy.
Okay.
But good. I guess I picked well for you.
All right.
Okay. Michelle, you pick now for.
So I only have 4 options, and I know that I'm going to get the last pick of the last 3 good men because of how this is going to operate. So I have to be careful here. I think what show is Callum from again?
I don't remember his original show, but he was on X on the Beach, Peak of Love. His original show was something about Ibiza. He's from the UK. And then he did make it to the final of the Challenge UK. But that doesn't say much. There was 5 episodes, but
okay. I think what I'm going to do is give Matthew someone that I don't want, even if they might be better physically, because I just think that they're so irritating as a person. So I'm giving you Asif. But I think that'll go well with your team.
Yeah, I'll take him.
I think he's he's not physically fit, but I just remember him annoying me. I forget why. But
yeah.
He was making out with Nani. He's been like part of the pit crew on Drag Race.
He's versatile. He's been on like every show. This
Yeah,
guy
he
is
was
like
on
he
So You
pops
Think
up
You Can
everywhere.
Dance.
I'm just confused as to why he's back. Like, can someone explain that to me?
His PR team is where. Oh, did I put my name? I didn't mean to put my name. Oopsie.
Yeah, very much confused why he's here. And like again, like I don't know much about him because I don't watch the shows that I haven't seen him on any of the other shows he's been on. And then obviously he just made it one episode on the challenge, but
Right.
he lost like the elimination against Jay, who's a literal rock climber, and it was like a climbing elimination. And
Okay, fair.
I remember he did decently well. So I mean, again, like very much an unknown, but I'll take it. And we know he's friends with Jay, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he won Big Brother. Cool. So maybe he's got some strategic.
Well, fine. I gave you someone good. Okay.
I mean, I didn't have him at the back, I think he was in the middle for me. So
I did have him like second.
He was
to last,
11 for me. So
okay, so that's a good pick for Matthew since that's kind of where he would have been drafted.
So do I pick a woman now for one of you? Is that
correct?
Okay.
You pick a woman for Matthew.
It has to be for Matthew.
But because
I picked one
me.
for her.
But I already picked a guy for Matthew, so now it's the girl round.
Oh shit! You pick a girl for me.
Yeah.
Or
I'm confusing myself.
For either of you, but I'll pick it for you. Okay, so Chantel, for the women, I'm gonna give you. Ooh, do I give you my 11 or my 12? What will bother you more? I think I'm going to give you Hohoi. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah,
Hohoi. I'm giving you her because she's not very physically strong. She is kind of quiet, and the other person I was going to pick, I feel like is going to get more points. So I'm giving you Huhui, and we'll see. Maybe she'll turn it out.
This definitely would annoy me more.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I think that she was a really nice person, but she didn't do Nelson any favors. Like, one thing that's good about her, I think, is that she's likable. And hopefully just being part of like that side of the world, like being over at the European side of the world, that maybe she will be able to get in with Team UK to a certain extent. And so maybe she'll be able to make friends wait, is she from Argentina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frack.
And she doesn't have
Never
any
mind.
allies. Like she's
no allies. She's zero allies.
She's got to get herself in a showmance immediately, or she has no in. Like she needs an in. And
she's gorgeous though, and she's gonna have an
Jay?
accent.
Maybe
so,
Jay.
Ooh, I could see Jay like trying to get in there.
She kind of looks like Michelle, but not. Like, they're a different flavor of the same thing.
Easy call out. Yep. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm really worried about.
No,
her.
that's Bettina. Bettina.
Yeah, that's Bettina. Huhui like seems like very sweet, but like there's two problems. Like one is the language barrier, and then two is like she's literally here alone. And like someone said in the chat, it's just such an easy call out. Like if there is like UK versus US and they have to like make a compromise, like that's an easy one right there. Nobody's going to be protecting her, and like if there is like something that requires communication, like she's at a massive disadvantage. So I like it just sucks that she's on her own here. Like I wish maybe they casted a couple people from Argentina, but I think this is a good sabotage, unfortunately, because I do like her and like she seems sweet and like obviously good looking, like could hook up. Like honestly, she could hook up the first night and go home the second day. But yeah, it's a good sabotage.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. But it's a good one. Yeah, I like things we've already said, but She was dead last on my list. I'm sorry, Hui. Dead last. I just don't know if I have faith in her winning this season. But hopefully we have hope that she could maybe hook up with somebody. So maybe that will happen. Maybe. And
So
maybe people want to bring her in as a number, right? If you're
Yeah.
all by yourself, like it's people might want to vote with them depending on what the format of the game is. Like maybe she'll be a useful number, and so hopefully that could buy her some time.
Mhm. So you're picking for Matthew?
Correcto.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh. How do I end up getting like the worst of the picks? like your pick is not going to be bad. I'm just going to give you someone that I just don't remember how they competed. She was on Australia, but I don't even remember her. She didn't really make an impact for me to remember her on that season. We did get Kiki from that season, so it's very possible that she will do well, and I just happen to not remember her. But Matthew, I'm going to give you Jessica, I think is her name.
Jessica Brody.
Jessica Brody.
So I don't remember her much as well. She seems fun. Like she seems like I believe she's very short. Now, the one reason I did not want her on my team is I'm pretty sure she's dating Devin
Kieran?
Walker.
Oh,
yeah. I'm pretty sure they're dating or were dating after
I think they are. Yeah. I think they are. Yeah.
And I just don't want that Vacation Alliance vibe on my team. So yeah, that was the reason I did not want her. Other than that, like I have no idea what
I will say I recently watched Australia because I had never actually watched the whole thing. And she does go home a little bit earlier before the end, but I'm telling you, she's a good person to have. She was my number 3 pick, okay?
Oh, okay.
She is really strong, very tenacious, and she kept winning or getting really close. And then what ended up happening is other teams that she was with all the guys. She had an alliance with the guys that were strong. And then one of them got injured. And then they just kept knocking down all her allies and then knocking her out. But like, she was very good. And she won a couple dailies. Like she actually was pretty strong. And she's a kind of like a tough queen. So, I mean, and hopefully this is like pre her dating Devin, maybe.
Yeah.
I wonder if she dates Devin because she does well and like Devin, like, you know, let me get with the new champ.
Also, I understand that number 3 is quite high. I told you my picks were unhinged, but she was my number 3 pick for some reason.
I actually did have her last of the women, but only because I knew she was dating Devin. Otherwise, I probably would have had her like 8 to 10, like around like where she was going now, like the last or one of the last, like one of the sabotages, like in that area. But I just put her right to the bottom because she was dating Devin. Same reason I had Emmanuel at the bottom because he was like part of the Vacation Alliance, like with Tori. I was just like, you know what? I don't want this vibe on my team. But I guess I got stuck with one of them anyways.
You're all about the vibes. So you have to give me one of these women, and they're all decent.
They're all pretty good.
No, you're doing pretty okay.
Yeah. I know who I'm going to give you, who I just don't want on my team. And also, she didn't do very well in her first season. But I'm going to give you Raven.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not a fan of Raven. And she also, like, got into it with Nerys, obviously. She does get into drama. Like, we saw in the preview, like, she looks like she's going to be hooking up with someone. But Nerys, I could see, like, holding a bit of a grudge there. I could see her getting into more trouble, and I just don't know if she's as insulated in the main group as like some of the other girls are from the past couple seasons.
Yeah, I agree. She was my number 11 pick, mainly because I didn't realize it was her that hooked up with Kieran, so that's good for me. But she
this is a
so
pussy
emotional.
dripping bronze reference, just in case you guys forgot.
Oh, right. Yes.
How could I forget?
She is strong. Like, she has potential, but the problem is, like, based on her performance last time, she became too emotionally affected by things. And so hopefully she doesn't do that, but it's hard to not repeat those types of things if they're ingrained in you. So yeah, I'm not that excited to have her on my team. I'm not gonna lie.
And I do agree she has potential. It's just like, and she's like, yeah, she's very attractive. Like she has potential. But honestly, like the women left, Mariah, Berna, Michelle, like Mariah and Berna are very physical. And then Michelle is like very good with like puzzles and things like that. And like Raven, we just haven't seen much of.
Mhm.
So I think like that's the right call to be like fourth in that list.
Agreed.
And then also just like the other, well, Mariah and Michelle definitely have like better connections. And then like Berna is like very physical. So while Raven does have potential, I could see her going further than last season.
Yeah.
I ultimately don't think she's like part of like the main like core of the alliance.
So MV says, like, how can you cast Nerys and Raven and leave Johnny
Ridiculous.
home? The whole cause of their beef. I know. Like, how did he get left at the airport?
The fact
know.
that Johnny is not on this season is absurd.
Agreed.
Like,
I wonder
how
what
are
he
we?
did.
How are we getting Chauncey and like Ed and Asaf, but not Johnny? Like, it's not like Johnny costs more money than those people. They
dumb.
really dropped the ball here.
They dropped the ball.
Dropped it. Is that it for Saturday? Oh, did I write these down?
So
I
then-
didn't. Okay, so Matthew, who did you gave me whom?
He gave me Raven.
Yeah.
Raven, but which guy did
I gave you
give me?
Chauncey.
Chauncey.
He gave you Chauncey.
All right, I've already blocked it out of my mind. I gave
So
you.
now
Who did I give you, Michelle?
you gave me James Locke.
Right, Lucky, yeah.
And then so then Matthew's picking of the last guys, right?
Yeah.
And then I pick up the last person. Okay.
Okay. Like this guy like is definitely like the worst physically, but like he brings the drama. I love him so much. He's like truly like of the men on this cast, like this is the guy that I'm rooting for most.
Yeah.
He is just so fun, so messy on Twitter and in real life. I believe he kissed Ashley on the lips after vomiting before a challenge. Like this guy is so unhinged. And like I just need like the big booty Huey on my team. Lost an elimination because his ass was too big.
I love him.
He actually won an elimination too. Sent Corey Lay home. So I just need Huey on my team. He is so much fun. And if I can get like 4 weeks of Huey, like I think I'm getting 4 weeks of fight points. So just like keep him there as long as possible, and we will all be entertained. And nobody is gonna be upset that we have Huey on this season. I promise that.
I mean, we knew that you wanted Huey, and so I think that's like
I wanted him.
Giving you a sabotage, not being him, I think was the right route.
I was so scared that like one of you two was gonna get Huey as a sabotage, and I was gonna miss him.
Hilarious. Yeah,
I love Huey.
We do
and
deserve
this picture.
more.
What is this picture?
He is so amazing. I just like everything about him. Like he goes live on Instagram, and like I see it pop up, and I'm like sitting there watching for an hour straight.
How's his Instagrams?
He's just so funny, and that like now he's posting like he's like one of those guys that now posts like his OnlyFans content to his Instagram. It's like, Huey, you are so crazy. I love you so much.
Definitely. I mean, I know that's going to be your pick. I had no doubt it was going to be your pick. So good on you for getting your guy, getting your team. What did I call your team? Messy? No, that wasn't messy.
Crush.
Team Crush, yeah. Do you have a crush on Huey?
I got a man crush on Huey for sure.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of drama, and he's in shape. But yeah, he probably knew to get into better shape too, like coming back on the season. Like I just don't think that he would come back on to lose. Like I think he will know what he might need to do just to like better his chances in the game. So I have faith in Huey.
I just need 4 weeks. 4 weeks. All I need. I need 1 month of Huey on TV.
Hilarious. Okay, so this is a guy pick for me, huh?
Yeah, so you have either Callum or Ed.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the hope that this person will have a built-in alliance, being from the UK. As much as the other person has proven himself to be a decent competitor, I just don't know if the other person that Michelle's going to end up having, just if he has a mind for the game, if he cares enough about the game. Callum is who I am going to be picking here in this final male pick for myself. So yeah, Callum, cutie, face tattoos, get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about this guy, and so it makes him more exciting than Ed already.
Nah, I couldn't take Ed. Just because he doesn't care about the game. Like, he's just there for good times, good vibes, which is fine, but that means that people are just going to throw him in because he's not going to be a threat to him, and, like, not, like, it doesn't matter. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. But yeah, I have nothing else to say about Callum. I'm excited to see what he gets into because I haven't experienced it.
Any thoughts, Matthew?
Not really. Like, I mean, I like Callum enough. And yeah, I agree with what you said about Ed. I just don't know if like Ed's heart is in the game. He's like more of like the like happy-go-lucky kind of guy where
I don't care about that.
Yeah, Callum, I mean, there's potential, and I honestly I don't remember much about him. But I could see like if he's single, I could see him like hooking up. And
he always gets a girl.
Yeah,
it'll be like Michelle, probably. You know.
All right.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, for me, having Ed, I mean, I considered sabotaging with Ed because I just think he's kind of meh. But that said, positive sides of me having Ed, he is a good team player. He's pretty physically in shape. He's small, so he's not like he's shorter. So that's a disadvantage to some things. And sometimes he might be better at like little more intricate type things. And so I think he could maybe win a couple things. That said, I don't have like super high hopes for him, but meh is how I feel about Ed.
Okay, I didn't. Maybe I saw that in like my peripheral because like I don't actually remember that, but it just like I just see that happening. So maybe I did see it.
Love that.
Get it, Michelle.
I think Ed is a little bit underrated. Like everything we said, I think is true, but like if I recall, Ed is like an engineer or like something like that, and like he was really good with like puzzles and things in his season. I think he won a daily that was like swimming in a puzzle, and then won an elimination that was like some sort of puzzle as well.
Was he with Tori though? Like that's gonna be pretty.
Yeah, him and Tori won a daily together. And the only problem with Ed is like he wasn't even supposed to go into a second elimination, and he like kind of volunteered to go in to protect Logan, who he just met like 2 weeks before, and then he ended up losing to Kyle. So I just like if he's gonna play that kind of game, like it's gonna be tough for him. But I think he is like he has like a decent combination of brains and brawn. So for like the last pick, like I don't think it's horrible, but obviously like we had the sabotages. Like I think he's like better in terms of like eliminations and dailies.
Yeah,
Huey.
He wouldn't have been last if there wasn't a sabotage round, but
yeah,
we'll
take him. Are we doing the last one now for the women?
Last one now for the women.
So I've been kind of struggling with this decision because everyone's like, you're obviously going to pick Michelle. You always pick Michelle. And like, I get it. Okay. The thing is, I feel like on the one hand, I feel like Mariah is more physically well-rounded, especially after last season and like kind of learning from her mistakes. She seems like that kind of person. She's also pretty well connected. But Mariah is so much more boring. Then you've got Berna there. And like Berna's obviously shown that she can be pretty strong. She's a little bit smaller, but I'd put her at least on even playing field with Michelle and maybe stronger in some things, less in other things. So it's kind of a crapshoot. All three have pros and cons. So I'm not like too pressed about it. That said, I think what's selling it for me is that Callum and Michelle were making out, so I know I'm at least going to get some make-out points.
Just trying to
by
have
picking
any
Michelle.
excuse to take Michelle. Huh?
And the other
Any
thing,
excuse.
the other thing is like, if I'm looking at my team here, I've got Olivia, right? And I've got Melissa. So it's like, I've got these people who are going to be working together, but obviously based on Twitter and things I've seen, Michelle does some shady shit as usual and lies to them and sucks up to the vets or something, and they get mad. So my assumption is like she's going to be involved at least past the halfway point in order for these things to kind of unravel. And I'm going to hope she makes a final, same as Jay. But I think she'll at least make it far enough, whereas I can't trust with Berna or Mariah because I just don't know. They don't have enough. Berna has personality, but I don't know. I'm just going to go with Michelle. Also, what you said about the vets, if they have any decision-making within things, they're obviously going to not put her in because she just lost against them in the season before. So obviously, I feel like they're going to help her out. So I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, I think Michelle is like in a very similar position as Jay, obviously. Like they're always going to be tied together. And like this is the season Michelle needs to win because like or needs to make a final because she just doesn't have enemies coming into the season. Although the one thing I'm a little worried about is Laurel is coming into the season as a mercenary. And Laurel definitely, if Laurel has her pick, she is picking Michelle to go again.
1,000%. I forgot about that to this moment.
Yeah.
Imagine like Michelle versus Laurel in a hall brawl or something physical.
Yeah, like Tori and Casey will protect Michelle. Michelle like seems to still be tight with Olivia. So it looks like Olivia and Michelle are gonna like earn the ire of some of the other people. If Laurel has a say in it, like Michelle is getting called out and is going home. But yeah, I just think Michelle, like her game is like, I'm very disappointed with how she played on USA 2.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if there was enough time for her to like learn from her mistakes there. And I could see her just like floating around the middle again, like you said, like past the halfway point. And then like she does the same like shady shit and gets clipped like right before the end. I can definitely see that happening. But I mean, for the third last pick,
I don't know if I see Michelle beating Laurel in many eliminations.
No, I definitely do not think so.
No, I understand that Laurel has messed up in some eliminations, but especially in a season where Laurel will be coming in just as like a mercenary and not having the other stuff going on, she's going to win everything. Like, it's Laurel. Like, when she's not dealing with other things in the game, I feel like she's unstoppable. She just gets caught up sometimes.
Definitely
obviously physical.
Definitely physical stuff.
Mental, maybe.
I would put more of my money on Laurel over Michelle in every single elimination.
Yeah, like the only thing I think Michelle would have a shot against her in is a puzzle, like straight up puzzle.
No, the same puzzle that she did twice on and one on Survivor, like that stacking one where she does her little kick at the end.
Yeah, so something like that she could win in, but like, I mean, 80% of eliminations, I'm taking Laurel over Michelle.
Yeah.
All right, that's your final pick here, Michelle. And I think, oh man, I am going to go drama over physical prowess because I have these two people side by side in my ranking, but I think that if I'm going to go for the drama factor, this woman will bring me at least something. So I am going to go with Berna as my final female pick. Yeah, I think she's really good athletically. You know, she was partnered with CT for a lot of her original season. And I think she probably learned some things about like how to play the game, hopefully. I think that she's strong. I think that she's capable of getting into showmances. She's capable of getting into fights. She's capable of winning eliminations. I think she's really capable. She was actually my number 3 pick, I think, overall. So I'm happy to have her on my team because I hope she brings me lots of points.
Yeah, I think Berna is solid. Something else about Berna is like Berna is from Germany. Like Colleen is also from Germany. Like there's going to
Ooh.
be a connection there. I
Mhm.
could see them working together. Like Colleen has played with a lot of people before, so I could see a scenario where Berna kind of like slides into like the majority alliance with like primarily people that were on season 38. But then there's like obviously the flip side where like she could not and be like easy pickings as well. Oh, Laurel unfollowed
Ooh.
Nerys. I don't
Did
like
she ever
that.
follow Nerys? Did she ever
I
follow
don't
Nerys?
know.
Because like I know that Laurel had her moment with Horacio or whatever, where she thought she had feelings for him or whatever. So maybe that. But I don't think Laurel and Nerys were ever. Were they on the season? I guess they were briefly.
Yeah, they were.
But they never really. I don't know.
Well, but also like maybe because Laurel at that time wasn't she flirting around with Jordan a little bit still?
Yeah, and Fessy too.
No, I'm just thinking about the people that Nerys was kind of.
Oh,
So maybe I don't know.
If I had to guess, I'd probably guess it's more to do with Horacio. I feel like he'll be the hot commodity this season. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I cut you off with your talk.
No, I think Berna's like pretty solid. Like I think like I wouldn't be shocked if she made it decently far. Like I wouldn't be completely shocked if she went home early too, just because she is kind of like on an island as well. But I mean, physically she's strong. Like she could win eliminations, and I mean, honestly, like the women's side of the cast, I think is like pretty solid overall. Like there's not really many bad choices. So even like Berna and Mariah being the last two picks and Michelle, like that being the last round, it's like a pretty solid round for
absolutely.
the
They're
last
all
three
high
rounds.
on my list.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be shocked if any of those three made a final.
100%. Well, then let's just lastly take a look at your last girl there, Matthew. Give her some. Do you have anything else to say about Mariah?
Yeah, I honestly like I had Mariah like middle of the pack for the women. Like she's physical, like she's very fit, and she was partners with Fessy. Like, I mean, not that he's like this great strategist, but she was dating Bananas for a while, who is a great strategist. So if she learned a thing or two from Bananas, like maybe she can come in a little bit more entertaining this season. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about fights. Like she seems like very laid back, so I don't know if she'll be fighting anyone. But I'd be very surprised if Mariah was sent home early in the game.
Yeah, that's also where I was like, kind of like, I feel like Mariah has longevity, where Berna, I could see her being targeted, but I'm hoping that her physicality will be able to outlast and then also get points along the way. So yeah, I was torn because I did have Mariah placed higher than Berna, but we're talking about points here, and I want points. Points. Okay, so let me put this in order. Why don't we just talk about our teams and what we're excited about while I put these drafts in order so we can take a look at them.
So my team is for the women, I have Big T, Colleen, Jessica, and Mariah. And then for the men, I have Horacio, Kyland, Asaf, and Huey. I'm pretty excited about my team. I think like it's a good mix. Like I have my top two ranked men being Horacio and Kyland. Not in terms of who I like the most, but then I also have the man that I like the most in Huey. So I'm really happy. I have my top two contenders and my favorite entertainment. On the women's side, I don't know if I have like the best like win equity, but I have two women that I really love. One I don't know, being Jessica, and then Mariah, who's pretty boring. But I mean, overall, I strong. Yeah. What's yours, Michelle?
So my team is I've got James Locke, who I don't know, Jay, classic, Kieran, could go home, could not, but we know he's going to hook up, and Ed, boring McBoring, but not the worst competitor physically. Women, I've got Olivia, the queen, all of our number ones for the season. Melissa, a true queen, gonna bring the heat. Raven, could bring some heat, like will fight back if someone does fight with her. She's going to get some hookup points and such, but I don't have high hopes. And then Michelle, who is just always disappointing me, but I don't give up on her. My team isn't as funny as yours, Matthew, but I think I have got some strength. My guys are not too great, but I didn't really get a lot of the men that I wanted. I only really got one guy that I actually kind of wanted. So I feel medium about my men, but the women I'm feeling pretty strong. So we'll see.
I'm not sure how I feel. I don't feel win from my team for whatever. I don't know. It's just something
But
like
I think like we all feel that way, but it's also because like the cast itself, like none of them have ever won. Like none of them have proven much. So it's like we're all looking at our cast and it's like, oh, this looks like a little weak.
Yeah, like none of these people have won. None of them have won.
Like the only person that like stands out is Horacio because he's like a beast. But someone has to win, right?
Absolutely. And so my team is, for the men, I have Emmanuel, Corey L, Chauncey, and Callum. And for the women, I have Nerys, Zara, Huhui, and am I missing somebody? I don't know the last row. Berna. Actually, okay. It's actually with Berna there, it's a little bit stronger physically.
And you've got Nerys and Zara, like you've got good people. Like
it just like, yeah, you're right though, Matthew. It's because they haven't proven themselves. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, like we really don't know. Like any of these people could be the first boots, and like we have no idea like who's good and who's not. So it'll be fun. That's kind of what I'm excited for about the season. I do think this season will be I think there's going to be a lot of hookups. I think there's going to be a lot of fights.
I hope it's going to be a more old school the challenge, in the sense of like, yes, there's all this money on the line, but like it's still like a imaginary to these people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and so yes, there's stakes, but I think they're still going to have a good time.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a lot of bad gameplay, which is fun for TV. But and also like seeing some of these like legends come into the arena is going to be epic. Like to like see CT walk in, like Cara Maria after all this time. It's going to be really fun. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. I think we not knowing what to expect, whereas like the past few seasons we've kind of known what was going to play out. It's a nice like refresher.
It is. Well, thank you guys for coming on here to do our drafts. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes down, because they're so unknown that it's just going to be like interesting just to see whatever happens. It's going to be interesting. And so I'm just looking forward to seeing how this plays out. I'm assuming that we'll go live after the episode on Wednesday. So sorry, Survivor and The Amazing Race, but like, you know, we gotta support MTV here, right? That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys have going on? If you want to share anything with the peoples?
I mean, I guess we'll be back in like 2 days for the finale of USA 2. So not much going on between now and Thursday.
Actually, the finale.
Yeah.
So maybe if you guys are going live, like, so because I won't be home till after 10, but maybe what I'll do is I'll start watching it. And then when I'm done, I can kind of join in to at least be like, or something.
We wouldn't go live until like 11:10, right?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I'll catch up as much as I can. So great.
Perfect. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks, everybody in the chat. I know this was a little bit impromptu, but you guys show up with your opinions. Wait, who do you guys think has the best team right now? That's what we want to know. Like, who are you rooting for? Who's your favorite this season? No spoilers, please. But, like, who do you think is going to do a good job? Who do you think is going to get the most points this season? Give us all your thoughts on our draft picks and just the season on a whole. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and yeah, we'll see you on Thursday for the finale. Finally, it seems like it dragged out in the end.
It's like, been a long one, and now I'm like, oh, it's gonna be over. Okay, like we're gonna have a winner. I'm either gonna be so mad that Fessy gets his first win, or I'm gonna be so relieved that he once again fumbles the bag at the end.
You think Chris is gonna make him fumble the bag?
Well, we saw that they have to eat stuff, so that is crossing my fingers.
Yeah, that bodes well. The eating bodes well for like Bananas and Chris, because Corey can't
Yes.
really eat as well.
Yeah.
And then Fessy, we know, can't eat.
And Chris will not care, I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Chris will be fine. Like, he was on Survivor. He'll do whatever.
Oh, he is. Chris is willing to do anything. Like, Chris is willing
Yeah,
to.
he wants to win. I think he wants to win more badly than anybody else in this, other than like Josh.
I can't believe I'm like rooting for Chris right now. It's crazy.
I think I'm rooting.
I also would root for Corey if it happens. So we'll see.
Oh wait, before we go though, what are our team names? Have we thought of them yet, or do you want to post it later?
We'll have to. I'll have to think about it.
I'll have to think about it. Yeah.
Okay, and if you guys have any suggestion of our team names, put our suggestion down in the comment box below, and we'll see you on Thursday. Ciao.